New vehicle inventory is piling up in America. Certain brands that, for some reason, the mainstream media don't seem to be mentioning are being affected by this. I mean, we're talking massive numbers. Within the last month, an additional 1 million cars were added to US inventory. In other words, inventory levels went basically in the wrong direction to the tune of 1 million in a single month. Now, there's certain car manufacturers who are most at risk of having, well, hundreds of thousands, if not possibly millions of cars just sitting around gathering dust that they're going to have to dump at very low prices. One of them's Nissan, the other one is Dodge. But you're also looking at, well, the Stellantis family here, guys. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Dodge has enough inventory, or so does Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram, for 152 days. Now, this has never happened before. As far as I can tell, over the past 50 years of American car selling history, there's never been 152 days of inventory. This means that there is an insane number of cars sitting around, and these aren't cars that people are ever going to want, in my opinion. Now, Dodge just stopped selling the Charger and the Challenger, the internal combustion versions. They were selling, right? Not particularly well, but they were selling. There was a bit of demand for them. There's not really any demand for the vehicles that Dodge have now. New vehicle inventory is piling up at Dodge dealerships in the United States, but not just Dodge. It's actually piling up for Ford and Nissan. It's becoming a big problem in America. According to an analysis by Cox Automotive, nearly all of Stellantis' American brands have more than twice the industry average of new vehicle supply. Now, the industry average is already way higher than it should be. It should be at about 50 days. It's at 76 days. That means Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram have enough inventory for 152 days. That's really, really bad. That's the worst it's been for many, many decades as far as we have history for. That's a ton. And the thing is, the Charger and the Challenger, they went out of production in December last year. So this is just the vehicles that no one wants, the Hornet and the Durango. The electric Charger Daytona, I think that's going to sell really well for Dodge, but yeah, they haven't started making them yet. Putting Dodge aside, CarScoop says there were 2.75 million unsold new vehicles at the beginning of March. That's an increase of 950,000 from 1 year ago and up significantly from a month ago. As you can see from this chart here, inventory is rising, and it's certainly a problem for some car manufacturers. It's a big problem. Now, interestingly, as you can see on this chart here, inventory is actually not a problem for Tesla. But yeah, it's a big problem for Lincoln, for Genesis, for Volvo, Infiniti, Nissan, Mazda. I mean, those are the ones I would say are in the red. Volkswagen even is sort of getting a bit dangerous there. Chevrolet, 68 days, not too bad. Honda, Lexus, not too bad. Land Rover, not too bad, surprisingly for those companies. But of course, sales do matter as well. Now, as you can see for Ford, they're at 91 days. That's getting into the danger zone. Now, Cox Automotive said there are very high inventories of the Ram 1500. Of course, that's not the new electric version. That's the internal combustion version. And there's a lot of inventory of the Ford Explorer as well. The latter model could be experiencing the effects of the facelifted Explorer. But anyway, guys, the point here is internal combustion powered vehicles. There's a ton of inventory. The media is saying nothing about this. The inventory of these from these automakers you see here, 95% of that inventory are gasoline powered vehicles, which I think much of it is obsolete. I mean, much of the vehicles that Audi, Mercedes, BMW are selling, people are buying their EVs. There is certainly demand for their EVs. As you can see, there's no Tesla on this list either. So demand is certainly a problem if you manufacture internal combustion engine vehicles and they're perceived to be dated. Even to be honest, vehicles that are not hybrids or EVs are clearly struggling to sell in America. Inventory is at its highest rate now for, I believe, well, the last time it was this bad was the financial crisis when General Motors went bankrupt. I'm not suggesting they will again, but who knows what's going to happen. Thanks for watching.